It's quite something, isn't it? When you take a look at his transfer history, let's not forget, back in 2018, January transfer window, Barcelona paid 145 million euros for the Brazilian. Now we're questioning whether or not he could start in a Chelsea team. Ali, I want to start with you. Does this transfer make any sense to you?
Let me first address the quick math. You just said 145 million euros for his transfer, and now the reported number for him to go to Chelsea would be around 80 million euros. That means that Barcelona, a team who we talked about last week in being some sort of financial woe situation, they're willing to take a 65 million euro loss on a player. They'd rather lose 65 million euros than have this player walk in the door of that locker room again and be useful for Barcelona. That tells you a lot what they think about the player and what Coutinho has become. Now, we spin it forward to Chelsea and see what that means for Chelsea. It doesn't quite match what Chelsea's been trying to do. We've been sold on the idea that Chelsea's going to go with a youth movement. And so it's Christian Pulisic and Callum Hudson-Odoi. And those are the guys who are going to be playing on the outside. And you just bring in Hakim Ziyech as well. And so he would be an answer too. So where is the place for Coutinho to play? A guy that likes to play on the outside, drifting inside, well, it's something similar as to the three guys that I just mentioned would be doing. And so I don't see the space for him. I don't see the place for him. And I certainly would not be paying that amount of money for a player who clearly has had a difficult time making his mark, whether that was at Barcelona or Bayern Munich. And again, I repeat, Barcelona is willing to take a major loss on a player because they simply do not want him anywhere around the club.
Frank Leboeuf, would you like to see Coutinho at your old club?
Well, to be really honest and frank, no. No, and we already talked about him. I think Coutinho is a good player. And then I'm not even trying to be harsh on him. I think I want to find Barcelona guilty for the situation because they put a price, 145 million on Coutinho, who I think doesn't belong to that league. So now it's hard to reverse the system. It's hard to think that you can even the price, but lose and accept to lose like 65 million euros for a transfer. But if you check on the quality of Coutinho, of course he's a talented player, of course he's a good player, but does he belong to the top player? Allow me to have some doubts about that. When I see Neymar, when I see Ronaldo, when I see Messi, when I see Mbappe, I see top players. And Coutinho has a price of a top player, and I don't want to make a statement, but I'm not sure he has the quality of a top player. And now, how do you reverse the system? And Ali said, how do you put Coutinho in a team, and how do you rate him now? So now you talk about Chelsea, ready to put 80 million euros. 80 million euros, I think is too much for a player where you're not sure he's going to find the level he used to be at Liverpool. It is not anymore. But at the same time, having three players like named Ali, we can be as good as Coutinho without costing that amount of money. So it's why I think Coutinho shouldn't go to Chelsea, because there is no room for him, and I think it's too much spent for a player where we don't know, in fact, the standard.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app, and for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.